David Brooks once wrote, "We spend our first half of life building a resume, and the second half building an eulogy." The problem is, most of us don't realize we've switched chapters until we're already drowning in the storm. And that storm, it doesn't start at 50. It starts the day you turn 4. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a man between 39 and 45, and you feel like the ground is shifting beneath your feet, this video is for you. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because what I'm about to share isn't motivational fluff. It's a survival manual I wrote in blood, sweat, and sleepless nights. I still remember my 40th birthday, not because of the cake, but because of the silence. I was sitting in my garage, alone, after everyone had gone to bed. I had just been passed over for a promotion I'd been chasing for 3 years. And I looked at my hands on the steering wheel, and I thought, is this it? Is this all I'm going to be? That question didn't leave me. It followed me into every meeting, every dinner, every sleepless 3 a.m. And it took me years to realize that question wasn't a threat. It was an invitation that, let's be brutally honest, the decade between 40 and 50 isn't just another chapter. It's a Category 5 hurricane disguised as normal life. And it hits you in 5 places all at once. Storm 1, the invisible ceiling at work. Picture this. You're in a conference room. The person presenting is 12 years younger, using the exact framework you taught him last year. Your boss turns to you and says, "We need fresh energy on this team." Translation: you're too expensive. You're too set in your ways. You're a liability, not an asset. You're not fired. You're just managed into irrelevance. And the worst part, you can't even be angry because you see the logic. You're more expensive. You do have less energy. And that realization that your experience has become a disadvantage is a wound that doesn't heal quickly. Storm 2, your body betrays you. You used to pull all-nighters and recover with a coffee. Now, you sleep wrong and your neck is locked for a week. You get your first warning lab result. Your doctor doesn't lecture you. He just looks at you with that clinical pity and says, "You're 42 with the biomarkers of a 55-year-old. And you know exactly why. You just didn't think it would catch up this fast." Storm 3, the sandwich generation squeeze. Your kids don't need you. They resent you. They roll their eyes when you speak. They're building their own lives, and you're not in the blueprint. Meanwhile, your parents do need you. Suddenly, every phone call is a potential emergency. You're managing doctor's appointments, insurance claims, and the slow, painful realization that the people who raise you are becoming fragile. You're the financial and emotional buffer for both generations, and there's nothing left for you. Storm 4, marriage becomes a transaction. When the kids leave for college, or even just stop needing you for homework, you sit across from your wife at dinner, and you realize you've become efficient roommates. You talk about bills, schedules, logistics. You don't talk about dreams, fears, or desires. The silence isn't empty. It's filled with decades of unspoken resentment, and neither of you knows how to break it. Storm 5, the existential void. And then, the darkest one, 2 a.m. Can't sleep. You stare at the ceiling and ask yourself, if I lost my job, my title, my paycheck tomorrow, who the hell am I? Not what, who. That's not depression. That's your soul asking for a reckoning. But here's the truth no one tells you. This storm isn't here to drown you. It's here to kill the version of you that was buoy. LT for other people's applause.so. The first thing I cut, and I mean cut with a scalpel, was the desperate need to prove myself. In the second mountain, David Brooks describes how we climb our first mountain, career, status, money, only to realize at the top that the view is empty. The second mountain is about interdependence, about giving back, about becoming who you actually are. I used to be the guy who volunteered for every impossible project. I said yes to 11 p.m. calls. I took the assignments no one else wanted, thinking that would make me indispensable. And for a while it worked. I got promoted. I got the corner office. I got the title. But I also got high blood pressure, a strained relationship with my teenage son, and a promotion that felt like a gold-plated cage. One night, my son looked at me and said, "Dad, you're always at work. Even when you're home, you're at work." That hit me harder than any performance review, because I realized I wasn't proving my value to my company. I was proving it to a ghost. My father, my childhood insecurities, a voice in my head that said, "You're not enough unless you're exhausted." So I stopped. I started saying no, not aggressively, just truthfully. I can help with that, but I can't lead it. I'm available for that, but I need to leave by 6 p.m. That's not my strength. Here's who you should ask instead. And guess what? My reputation didn't collapse. It clarified. People started coming to me for what I was actually good at, not what I was willing to suffer through. Men, listen. After 40, your value isn't in how much you carry. It's in how wisely you choose. Because if you burn out, your company replaces you in 2 weeks. You are family. They bury a hole that never heals. The second thing I amputated, and it hurt like hell, was useless socializing. Greg McEwen, in Essentialism, said it plainly: if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. I used to say yes to every dinner invitation, every networking happy hour, every weekend barbecue with people I barely liked. Why? Because I was terrified of missing out on a deal, on a contact, on being seen as available and likable. Then I did a brutal audit. I pulled up my calendar for the last 3 months. I highlighted every social commitment that wasn't with my wife, my best friend, or my immediate family. The highlight covered over 50 hours. 50 hours. That's more than a full work week. I spent a week's worth of time, every month, with people who wouldn't even notice if I disappeared. So I made a decision. I turned off social notifications. I left 3 group chats that only existed for joke sharing and ego stroking. I told myself, for the next 90 days, I will only say yes to gatherings that genuinely recharge me. The first 2 weeks were agonizing. I felt invisible. I felt like I was committing career suicide. But after 3 months, the real relationships stayed. My best friend called more, not less. My wife and I started having actual conversations again. And the transactional ones, they faded. And I didn't miss a single one. Here's the rule I live by now. Your energy is rationed at 40. Every hour you spend with people who drain you is an hour stolen from people who fill you. Protect your calendar like it's your bank account. Because it is. You can always make more money. You cannot in more time. Finally, and this is the one that almost killed me, I killed the illusion of invincibility. In Outlive, Dr. Peter Attia writes, "We don't die from old age. We die from the cumulative damage of our daily choices." I read that line in a hospital waiting room. At 43, I had a health scare that wasn't a scare. It was a warning shot. My annual physical came back with numbers that made my doctor frown. He didn't lecture me. He just said, "You've been treating your body like it's a rental car, but you actually own it, and you're past the warranty." That sentence was a punch to the gut, because I knew exactly what I've been doing. Skipping sleep, eating stress, ignoring every twinge, every headache, every sign that said slow down. I thought I was tough. I thought I was invincible. I thought that's what men do. We push through. But here's the brutal truth. In your 30s, you can abuse yourself and recover in a day. In your 40s, that abuse compounds. It doesn't go away. It becomes your new baseline. So, I made a radical change. I put sleep in my calendar, not as a suggestion, but as a non-negotiable appointment. 7 hours. Every night. No exceptions. I started exercising, not for vanity, not to look good in a t-shirt, but for capacity. So I can still play basketball with my son. So I can still carry my grandkids. So I can still travel without pain. So I don't become a burden to the people I love. Men, listen to me closely. Your health is not your first priority. It's your only priority. Without it, your ambition is irrelevant. Your love is impotent. Your legacy evaporates. We spend so much time being the hero for everyone else. It's time to be the caretaker for the ly body you'll ever have. This decade, 40 to 50, it's the roughest stretch of water most men will ever navigate. But here's the secret. The waves are biggest in the first 3 years. After that, you learn to sail. You learn that strength isn't about taking more hits. It's about knowing which hits to step aside from. You learn that real masculinity isn't about carrying the world on your shoulders. It's about knowing what's yours to carry and letting the rest go. So if you're a man standing at that door, wondering if you'll make it through, you will. But only if you're willing to drop the load that society gave you and pick up the one that's truly yours. If this resonated with you, do 2 things right now. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell, and share this video with a brother, a friend, a colleague who's in the thick of it. Because we don't need more motivational quotes. We need honest voices telling us it's okay to let go. See you on the other side. And, brother, you're gonna make it.